Oh,
Just
Nande,
hold
what have you been up to, my love?
studying. I decided to get a summer job. I quit as soon as summer ended. I was like, yeah, no, 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 no. It's not for me. Bye. Um, and now I'm back to studying. And I don't know. I'm just chilling. Nothing's going on. Well, not nothing's going on because I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm working. But in J, it's very monotonous. How about you, ma?
What was the summer job?
I
Okay,
was
wait. Let me put it this way. What was the summer job, and what frustrated you about the summer job?
um I was a bartender at a
Okay.
club, at a nightclub. Um and what frustrated me was this one new manager that they brought in. I don't know what was wrong with this girl, but nobody taught her how to speak to people. And me, I would rather quit before the bed because that's the next stop. If you're gonna talk to me anyhow, like you birthed me. You didn't give birth to me. I would even side eye my mother speaking to me like that. I would tell her ndithi girl ndiyabuya ngoba ngathi usashushu. I'll come back when you're ready to speak to me and communicate. But this one manager, so it's actually one incident, which is what's crazy that started this whole thing. I was having fun. I liked my job. We had fun. We used to dance. It was fun. It was cute. And then this gal decides that when she starts, she wants to let it be known that she's a manager. Firstly, babes, you're a manager in a nightclub. It was never that serious. It was never that serious, babes. And the thing is, I was gonna keep the job after summer. But anyway, so this one time I'm going across the club. One of the bouncers stops me after I come back from the toilet and says, "Hey, someone's thrown up in the male bathroom." I was like, all right, cool. I'll get someone to go clean that up. Because I'm not setting foot in there. I don't care if there's no one in there. I'm not going. So anyway, so then I go to her. Oh, before this bouncer, right, she had asked me if I could switch tills with her because she had some stuff to do. Okay. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go find her where she's at. It's a Thursday night. It's empty. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Okay, she's gonna be right back. Now, guys, greetings. There is no topic. I'm just talking to Nande. Anyone who feels like coming, share. I'm just here exactly for 1 hour, guys. I'll be our qualities that I like about AMA 2000. But will it sustain them in the long run? That is the question. Now listen to what I'm saying. One of the characteristics I like about my 2000, they will choose them. But here is my concern. Here is my concern as parents, Yama 2000. Will that behavior or that characteristic push them through the long run? I know you get it, Mampanza. She's gonna join us. Nande, when you come back, please request again. I feel funny talking to myself and there is no one next to me. She's gonna come back, believe me, she's gonna. Do you hear what I'm saying, Mampanza? It's a beautiful behavior indeed. You know why I'm saying it's beautiful? Because you are thinking about you. You are prioritizing you. And rona di-parents tsa ma 2000 ha re na yona this thing. We don't have it. Let me tell you, rona re bale ba keneng ko mosebetsing ba re, hey, Naledi tshwarella. when we got our first jobs, let me tell you what our parents advised. Our parents, the advice they gave us when we went into the job space. And as I can see, Uncle B utonsa 30 years a teacher. Uncle B, I'm not laughing. Now, the advice that our parents gave us was that you are not going there to be a manager. You will be a manager one day, but you are not a manager yet. Now, while you are still working under someone, you are going to bind by the laws and by the rules. But my 2000, they don't want that. Nyofo ew, habai badli. La mutwa Nande are, oh my God, by the way, you are a manager of a bar. Like wake up. Sokodisa wena Julia, but we need to adjust. We need to adjust to them. Believe me, we need. Bona, they will not adjust to us. Believe me. We need to adjust to them because you know why? Ke bona ba nang le a future, ke bona ba tswelang pele. Because I cannot hire Nande to adjust to me when in 2 years I'm going to resign. Do you get what I'm saying? I cannot train Aishiane, tough. I know there are few people who will understand what I'm saying, and there are few people who will not. But let me tell you this. Us in the workspace, we need to adjust to them. Because Nande is going to be a manager one day. Nande is going to be a manager one day. Not wena, ulina lady, utloba manager one day. Maybe I am a manager now and I have 4 years to retire. So you can't force the 2000 to adapt to the 4 years. If you look at where the business is going, I need to adjust to them. I hope it makes sense. I always say, the 2000 is like a Spider-Man. The 2000 is like a Spider-Man without training. Omona Spider-Man ha tsamaya mo Tembisa, a ntse a re tshuf, tshuf, tshuf. Yeah, that is AMA 2000. AMA 2000, they have so much potential, so much. If you direct them in the right manner. Listen to what I'm saying. They are ticking time bombs, but they need to poof in the right place. They need to, what's the word, man? They need hutunya in the right place. They need to explode in the right place. And when they explode in the right place, you will see their full potential. Our is my hand.
She was sat there chatting to one of her friends who works with us. And then I was like, "Oh, by the way, I thought you had stuff to do, right?" Because where she switched me to, the bar that she switched me to, firstly, it's outside. I don't do outside. I was only doing it as a courtesy because I could have easily said, get somebody else to do it. I could have easily said that. I was doing it as a courtesy. I was not even supposed to be there. Let's start there. Okay? So fine, I go to her, I was like, hi, Bo, I'm actually, you tricked me. What's going on? You having a grand old kiki while I'm outside freezing. What's this? And bored. Fine. She was like, oh, no. Well, I do have stuff to do. She's scrambling for answers. I was like, calm down. It was a joke. Why you take it that seriously? Now that leads me to believe that you do indeed have something to hide. Cool. Fine. Ditimna jogage girl. Now there's somebody who threw up in the bathroom. You need to go find somebody to clean it. And then she walks away. I chat to the girlie who's beside me just for like 2 seconds. Next thing I hear my name being screamed across the club. I look back, I was like, who would be shouting from that distance? So I turn around and it's her. And she's shouting, the music's loud. And I thought she was telling me, because she was pointing to the men's bathroom, I thought she was telling me to go clean the men's bathroom. I said, are you sick? I'm not doing that. I'm not going into a male bathroom and cleaning. Guys, you don't pay me enough. Let's start there. Firstly, not to mention that that is illegal. All right. And then she was like, no, you have to do it. I'm your boss. You are under me. You have to do what I say. I'm
Okay.
like,
Oh, hold on, Nande. Let me find out something. If the vomit was in the female's bathroom, you would have cleaned it.
no, absolutely not.
Okay,
We have,
I'm lost now.
because we have people to clean that. And if you have not staffed the adequate people to do that, that's your problem, not mine.
So who's supposed to clean these bathrooms?
There are
Technically.
like specific bathroom people. There are specific bathroom people who sit in the bathroom all night and clean the bathroom when they're done, right? And clean anything that goes on during that. And if it's not them, then it's the people who clean up, like whilst the night clubbing is going on inside the nightclub. We call them floor staff because they walk around the floor and see if there's anything wrong, right? I am a bartender. My job is to mix drinks. That's my job description. And clean up my station when I'm done. That's it. That's all I get paid for, right? So then she comes closer to me and she starts yakking in my face saying, you're gonna do as I say, you're gonna do as I say. I was like, you know, when you're quiet, not because you have nothing to say, but you're quiet out of disbelief, right? And then I was like, I'm not cleaning the male bathroom. Like, there's no amount of shouting that you can do that'll make me clean this bathroom. I beg, I'll walk out of here right now, and you'll be even more short staffed than what you currently are. She was like, no, I said you have to go back to your station, yada, yada, yada. Like, firstly, there's someone at my station, and you're not gonna drag me back there kicking and screaming. Like, also, what was I gonna do? Not go? Like, that's where I was going. You saw that's where I was going, but you took it upon yourself to turn around and come tell me that that's where I need to go. Are you crazy? But anyway, fine. Me, I didn't even say nothing back. I was like, cool, say less. And I didn't say nothing, not because I didn't have the capacity to say nothing, because if I say something, it's gonna be a problem. Anyway, so then gracefully, I went to my other manager. I said, get your girl, get your girl, because it's not about to be that. And then I went to my other manager. I said, get your friend. I said, get your
Oh,
friend.
okay. Hold on, Nande. Now that you were employed at that bar to be a bartender, ne,
Yeah.
ne,
Mm-hmm.
ne,
Mm-hmm.
and there are people that were employed to be. You said I'm a floor what? Floor
Floor
managers,
staff. Mm-hmm.
floor staff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say on a day you come in and someone is running late. Would you do their job?
No. Are you gonna pay me? Actually,
Wait. They are running late.
that sounds like a skill issue. Why isn't there more people to cover if there's someone on? Like, what? Why am I dealing with logistical problems? Why are the logistical problems coming down on me? Why? I'm not the one who has to answer. I'm one employee. I'm not doing that. Anyway,
Wait. There's a part I'm not getting, and you haven't answered it.
Okay.
Let's say now you are running late.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't the floor person just close that gap while you get to work?
No. And even if they didn't, that's their prerogative. But I said, I'm not doing that. That's their prerogative.
Is there anything wrong in that, or we do our roles? Let's stick to our roles.
I get paid just above minimum wage to be here. I get paid just above 40. Even then, I don't even want to say just above. Let's just call it minimum wage because it's like 20p extra. Babe, well, I'm not doing it for £10.50 an hour.
Okay, hold on, Nande. Let me change the scenario. They say they say go clean the vomit in the male bathroom for 20 pounds. Would you do it?
No. Why? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, 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 no.
Okay,
Absolutely.
clean the male bathroom for 200 pounds.
After hours?
No, now they need you
I
now.
please.
Now, leave
No.
what you are doing. Go to the male bathroom, sort out the mess, and on the spot, I will give you 200 pounds.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
So it's not about the money.
No. But it
It's
is,
about
but it's
it's
not.
about the role that you are hired for.
Yes. Primarily, however, with the whole £200 situation, it's I could be cleaning the bathroom and men just be walking in because it's a urinal. I'm not doing that. That's mad. And they're drunk? No. Um, but anyway, so then I then text my manager's manager. I said, when you get 5 minutes, I need you here expeditiously. I said, I explained the whole situation to him, and he was so confused as to why she wasn't there because she was supposed to be there. Because there's a specific action that she has to perform at that particular till that I can't do as a regular employee, right? And that till is a standalone till because it's outside. I said, I don't know, but whatever it is, sort it out. And like, I will not be spoken to like that. You're not gonna come shout at me from halfway across the room. All of that. So he went in, he spoke to her, and it was evil eye from then on. What you do, I can do better. What you do, I can do better. Understand that. So, and then this, so now, like I mentioned, one of the managers was actually her friend, right? But when I told her this, I didn't know, right? So I'm having fun. I'm doing what I do. I speak to everybody, but I'm no longer speaking to you, which is crazy because I'm the bubbliest person in the room. So it's a notable difference when I don't speak to you, right? And it's not even on some, it's if I open my mouth to speak, if I open my mouth to speak, anyway, so a couple,
Wait, Nande. I need you to take us through something. How long did you last on this job? How long?
I don't know, maybe like 6 months.
6 months. And was the salary good? Was the money good?
Um, it was never really about the money, and
No,
it's
no. Let's get to the money. Was it good? Was it excellent? Or was it just okay?
it was just okay.
Okay. So let's say if this manager, the one that is your age, let's say if she was okay, she listened to you, she used to, began to act here together, man. She knew what she was doing. How long would you have lasted on this job?
I'd probably still be there. I enjoyed my job. I enjoyed the people I worked with. It was fun. I'd probably still be there. Um, like I said, it was like I did. Okay, we're open like 5 days a week or 4 days a week, something like that. The other days are not my concern. I only go in for two. So, um, fast forward maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and I get pulled into the manager's office, and they're like, "Oh, did you spill a customer's drink?" I said, "You called me in here to talk about a spilt drink? A spilt drink? Something that, firstly, has never been an issue. We spill drinks in here all the time." And then that's when I clocked. I was like, "Oh, she's your friend." That team now, yeah, when I get what I won't do is workplace bullying. I sent my manager a text. I said, with immediate effect, I am resigning. I sent it to him on his off day. Lapa, I was supposed to go into work the next day. I said, that sounds like a you problem. That's got nothing to do with me. I sent him my text. I said, with immediate effect.
Nande, please explain to me, kancane nje, like fahla, what
Mhm.
is workplace bullying? Kancane, kancane, just enlighten ama 70s and 80s. What is workplace bullying?
Okay, so in this particular case, workplace bullying was me having people that didn't even come to my job talk about how much she said she didn't like me. I didn't listen. I was
Hey, whoa. Define workplace
basically
bullying.
bullying that takes place in the workplace in whatever format. So it can
For
be
example, for example.
okay. So for example, in my situation, like all of a sudden, it was a bit weird and like icy with certain people who were her friends, and it was people that like we have never had an issue. There's never been anything but like laughter and fun, and all of a sudden it's almost as if like they're scared to talk to me, because if they're seen talking to me, it's as if, I don't know, the whole world is gonna implode. But when you have a mentally unstable friend, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Anyway, so, and then there'd be like weird little instances when she would ask me for stuff, knowing that number one, I don't speak to you and I'm not gonna do it. And then she would turn around and be like, "Oh, excuse me, I was talking to you. Why are you badgering me? I'm not here for you, babe. I'm not here for you." Um and it would just be like weird situations. I felt so uncomfortable. I was like,
Are you still defining workplace bullying?
workplace bullying is bullying that takes place in the workplace. It is so. I'm talking about this specific situation. Like that specific instance for me was what bullying was.
Okay. So, Nande, let me understand something about AMA 2000, which I see happening a lot in my workplace. I get you when you say, when you applied for the job, ne, there was a job description.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why you applied for that job, because A, B, C, D was going to suit you.
Mm-hmm.
But now a lot of AMA 2000, you don't want to work outside. You don't want to work outside the box. You don't want to do something that you didn't sign up for.
Yeah.
Tell me, why is that? And I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Because I don't get paid enough in this economy to be stressed out about Susan's deadlines. That's not me. I'll give you what you asked me for, and that's me. I'm out. After 5 p.m., I don't know you. I don't. I'm not going to be doing extracurricular work for what? You're not going to pay me any extra. And if you do propose to pay me any extra, then that's fine. I'll take it under advisement, under consideration. But up until then, with no extra money, I'm sticking to the script like lint on denim. I'm not doing it.
Okay. So now this is the scenario I'm going to paint for you, ne? And then tell me how is Nande going to act in this scenario.
Mm.
So Nande is a flight attendant of a certain airline.
Mm-hmm.
So passengers are on board. The aircraft is about to the aircraft is about to leave. So there's passengers, there's crew on board, there is everyone. Everyone is set
Mm-hmm.
to go. But as we are as the aircraft that Nande is working for, as they are about to go, the first officer is the guy that is helping the captain in the flight deck. Now, the first officer gets sick.
Okay.
He starts to vomit. He's not well. He needs to be offloaded.
Okay.
So, remember when you are in the aviation industry, time is vital.
Mm-hmm.
You miss your slot, the airline is going to be fined. Okay. So
Okay.
Nande is one of the flight attendants on that aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this is London to Singapore. This we are going London to Singapore, and time is of vital in the aviation industry. Time is vital. Now we
Yeah.
need to offload. Hello, Muratua. We need to offload the first officer.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is someone that is working with the captain in the flight deck. Ne?
Mm-hmm.
Now the paramedics come, they offload the first officer, and now the company says, put Nande in the seat of the FO
Right.
so that we can leave on time, so that we can have an on time departure. So would you do that?
Are you paying me extra?
Okay, before we get to you want the pay yaga FO on that day.
Yes.
Okay, they are paying you extra.
Yeah, if I feel like it.
No, they are not paying you extra.
Like it. That sounds like a you problem.
So you will leave 200 passengers stranded because you are not paid.
Yeah. I'm here to make money. I'm here to do my job. I'm not here for fun. If this
Miss B, let me rectify you. A flight attendant can sit in the FO seat because all that you have to do is the checklist. The flight attendant can sit in the FO seat just for the checklist. All right, let us move along. Cocato, greetings.
Hi, how are you, Naledi?
Sharp, sharp.
I haven't spoke to you in a very long time. Hi Nande, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you, darling?
I love your boldness. I love how you put it. And I'm learning something. I think I'm from a generation. I even wrote that when you made one of the comments, I felt that what you call the Sarafina song. I felt like I'm really from that generation. You know, you're giving another perspective, and now I understand why. Where I was working, the what you call the generational mix or the generational change, where you'd have a someone from generation after us, Boma 2000. I don't want to say Boma 2000, but I think we're going to have a problem as time goes by. I'm not judging you, Nande, but I wonder if you are on a position of working a junior, when are you going to get exposed to acting on a senior position without being paid? Because that's what we used to do, or that's what we grew up knowing, that if an opportunity comes for a you must act on a senior position, you become so happy to do that. besides the pay. You just become so happy to do that because it gives you an exposure. And I think it's something that I don't know. I don't want to say it's right or it's wrong. And you are pointing out things that, I mean, yeah, are they going to pay me? But I remember I used to act for my boss for a few months and I was not paid. And after that, I would put that as an experience because experience is not bought. But you are raising certain things that organizations should take into consideration the fact that like you're saying it, that's not my job. And yes, that's not your job. And you're saying it boldly that you're going to sit. But again, where is the team playing in that? Where is the company culture in that? That if one of the team members is going to be down, like Osnal is giving an example, I must step in and take it. But I think our 90s and 80s will understand it better. And thank you for being bold. If they won't going to pay me, that ain't my job. That sounds like not my problem. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Thank you, Kogi. I will let Nande answer that. Remember, guys, but was South Africa. Kogi, thank you for that point. And this is what I'm saying I like about AMA 2000. And as I said before, will it sustain them in the long run? Will it sustain them to be future managers? Will it take them from point B to point C? Now, let me invite Nande back in.
To answer your question, I think people need to understand that when I go into my job and I say I'm going to do this and I do it to the best of my ability, that's all you can ask of me. Anything outside of those parameters has nothing to do with me. Your company could go bust, it could burn down. That I don't care. If you're not going to pay me, if you're not going to make my time worthwhile, I'm not here because I want to be here. I'm here because I have to eat. I'm here because I have to sleep. And on a manager or senior position, in terms of moving up, bold of you to assume that I want that. Not you specifically, Koketo. I don't want you to think I'm insulting
Yeah,
you.
it's not personal. I get it.
Like I'm not even sure if I want to be here for that long. I'm not.
No, hold on, Nande, hold on. Because I find this with a lot of AMA 2000.
Mm,
I have a company, and my company is Naledi Full.
mm.
So when Nande is joining Naledi Full, are you part of Naledi Full or are you an individual?
See, that's how these corporations get you. They get you to believe, oh, we're a family here. Oh my God, you're gonna love it here. We're such a family. You know, we do weekend outings and yada yada. Firstly, you're my
No, Nande. Do you believe in Naledi Full's vision? Do you believe where Naledi Full is going? Do you believe in what Ausna Lady has started? And I want no, don't look at what my employees. Hey, it's a fun day. Let us go to Renshaw. No, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about you. When you sent your application, your CV to Nalediful, did you believe in my vision?
I don't even believe in capitalism as a whole. I don't even believe in companies as a whole. So it depends, is the answer. If I'm joining Naledi's small business and there's like 5 employees, I will work my butt off. I will do what I can for this company inside my purview. Um, I will truly give you the best of me. If you're a giant multinational corporation, I'm only here for my paycheck, boo. I'm only here for the 0.0005% of your profit.
Okay.
I'm not here for a
Yeah,
good time.
okay, so come in.
Can I ask something, Nande?
Yes.
Do you see yourself, do you want to be a manager of a particular organization one day? That is number one question. The other question is that if you were to own a company, what type of culture would you want your employees to have?
5 o'clock, everybody's locking up. We're going home. If you haven't done it, we'll address it tomorrow, babe. I don't believe in consuming people's time with work. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I will quit a job if I feel like outside of my 5 o'clock, you expect me to do X, Y, and Z. If you fire me, that's good and well. It was never that deep. It was just a job, babe. It was just a job. It was never that serious. Um, and the other issue is, I think people have to understand that work cannot be your entire life. I cannot expect that of my employees.
Hold on, Nande. Let me come in there. I'm sorry to disturb you because the point that you are making, the point that Nande is making right now, I want to tell all 35 of you, it is reality. What Nande is talking about right now, my 2000s are not taking jobs to heart. Wamutlo oring Nande, it's not that deep. Now, and don't fire her. If you are going to shoot at Nande, you are shooting at me. Because at this point, this is the reality of what is happening in our workspace. I don't know where you guys work, but where I am working, this right here, it's a reality. Some of my 2000 Koketso, I'm gonna let you in. Some of my 2000 in my workplace, they are lasting 6 months. They are lasting 3 months, and they are okay with it. So right now, what we are trying to address is reality. It is happening. What is coming out of Nande's mouth? You might think it's smoke. You might think it's air. But listen to me when I tell you, this is reality. Come in, Koketso.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps, and I realized I had a conversation with my mom. My mom has been teaching for quite a long time. I think she's close to pension. She's 4 years from pension now, and she was saying to me, she said something to me. You know, Koketso, when we retire, when our generation goes out, I think all of you would need to take your kids to private schools. And I said, why? And he said, 2,000 teachers, they come to school, and when it's 2 o'clock, they leave. They come 5 minutes before school starts. Some of them, they want to behave like lecturers. They want to come and teach and go. And they will take leave. They'll say they are sick. They'll do that. They'll do that. They don't even go above. There's this question that, are you willing to go beyond, above and beyond your line of employment? They don't do that. And unfortunately, something that the reality that we are facing, whereby organizations and employment need to change, because the AMA 2000 is not like us. But now they are, like Nande saying, they don't take work too hard. Somebody would, you sit in a meeting, a disciplinary meeting with someone that did something. It's like, yeah, bro, I did it, bro. It was a mistake, bro. Don't you do mistakes? I did mistake. Why do you want to make, and they don't even, and most of them, they would come in and then go out, and they would, and I think that's the new, I don't want to say culture, but that's the new way that organizations need to change, because the generation yabo ausna lady would wake up at 6. I'll do anything for my work. I can work. I do well under pressure. It's going out. But I work well under pressure. I perform well under pressure. Do you mind doing other? That's what this question that you ask interviews. If you are asked to step in for your colleague, would you do that? No, it's fine. At any time, they don't want that. They are in it for the paycheck, and they want the paycheck, and that's it. That's all that they want. And if we don't talk about these things, we're going to be frustrated, because this happens even in private sector, in public sector, where you get to a government organization, they tell you, bruh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm taking my bags. I'm going. I've been in the queue. You'll come back tomorrow. So it's the reality that we need to face. And thank you for bringing this up, and for bringing. And I hope a lot of people that are in organizations, leaderships, and all that are listening, and then they would have a better mechanism of dealing with it, because otherwise you'll be frustrated. It's just work, bruh. can look for another one. And yeah, bruh. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Kogi. And that's what I said when it was me and Nande here. I said, guys, they are not going to change for us, but we need to change for them. Because what's making 2030, whether you like it or not, Nande is going to be a manager. Let me just say that slowly. Let me just say it slowly. In 2030, Nande is going to be a manager somewhere. So don't train her to accommodate you. You train her to accommodate a generation ya gage. And that is what is happening in my workspace. Let me
The workspaces, the way they talk to us, the way they respond to things, it's shocking. And just the other day I was reading somewhere, and it is scary to say that this page was saying we are the ones, my 80s, my 70s, maybe a generation before us, that has created this. We have created this. How? I've got a 21-year-old daughter. She is so outspoken. She has so much opinion that it's shocking, because we took them to these schools that taught them this behavior, that taught them this culture, that opened up their minds to a way that Runa, we didn't have that opportunity of seeing things in that way. And unfortunately, we have encouraged it, Osnali. It's so sad that we have encouraged it, because now we're saying we want better for Bana ba rona. And now Bana ba rona, these kids are better than us, and we are
and they are
unable
showing
to.
us better.
Yes,
Yes,
we
you are
aren't
right.
able now to see now the world is at their hands. The world now, we are working so Bona, right now you are overseas, we are talking now. It's them that open these things. It's them that said life is bigger than what you know, Cleo. Life is bigger than what you know, Papa. And here we are trying to understand them, and it's so difficult. I'm sitting here on this life, it's been only 10, 5, 15, 20 minutes. But I'm shocked,
Yeah.
because this is what I live with every day. I live with my daughter. She is so difficult. It's shocking. She is so difficult. So I'm saying we can learn, but some of these things are too much for Rona.
Now, Cleo, can I come in there? Welcome back, Koketso. Can I come in there because I understand what you are saying. You are saying, and I keep on saying that every time I have conversations, Lima 2000, we have created these monsters. Repeat. And I'm ready to take a shot for that. We have created these monsters. E re ko jwetsa hore e thomile kae. Wa bona the way Nande is talking to her manager is the way Koketso, Cleo, had wished to talk to their manager. Wa bona the way
Amen.
Nande are, it's not deep. You wish to say there was a time where you wish to say to your manager, I'm not coming to work because I'm sick. But Cleo, you were taking that broken leg, that broken arm to work. Nande will never do that. Nande will never go to work with a broken arm. Come rain, come storm.
The funny thing,
Now,
Osnali, it's that it's not only at the workspaces when they behave like this. That's why I earlier posed a question, Kore, what's this? It's a you problem, because I'm getting that all the time with my daughter. Some of the things she comes back to you and says, but Mama, that's your problem. It's a you problem, that one. It's not. I'm thinking, but I can family. Isn't every problem of mine ours? It's your problem. So I don't know in the workspaces what are we creating. I don't know in the family
it's the
structures
same,
what
Cleo.
are we
It's the
creating.
same. If she can say this to you in the house, it's the same thing she's going to say to the manager. It's the same. The moment a re mo wena, ha se problem ya lelapa. It's the same thing that Nande just said. The toilet is got vomit. It's not my business.
like me right now, I'm a woman, I'm a mother. I end up cleaning after them, and Kuchor, we are saying it's okay because now this is your house, Cleo. This is not my
Over
house.
2 minutes.
This is your responsibility because you're not gonna come in and ask me to do anything that suits your lifestyle. When now my lifestyle is saying I can sit up in my room and do whatever.
So, Nande, welcome back.
Hi. I would like to start this statement with I respect my elders. I respect the sacrifices that you guys have made to get us here. With that being said, hi Gabi. Not in a bad way, ne? But you guys are used to suffering. Your entire your entire your
No,
entire
no.
being.
Wait, Nande. I need you to rewind. Nande,
Shots fired.
we are used to what?
Suffering. That's
Continue, my
why
love.
I so before 1994, ne, there was so many different types of oppression. There was, and there still are, don't get me wrong, they have not gone away at all. You are fighting for your freedom. You are fighting to be released from the shackles of some of y'all's husbands. You know, you are fighting um to be heard in these spaces. You are fighting to make sure that everybody understands that you deserve to be here. You are fighting, you are a single mother within your own marriage. You're the only person taking care of the kids, really. And now here you are, and that's the life you know. That's the only life you know, ne? And I say this from a place of love and being genuine, ne? Um, I didn't come here to suffer. I suffer enough with the way things are. I I suffer enough when I go outside and someone throws a racial slur at me, or someone demeans my work because they think, when you're too young to produce such a piece of work, you must have cheated, or like, I suffer enough in general, G, and there are still systems of oppression that we are still fighting to be released from. Some of us are in the throes of lawsuits and saying, hey, you can't treat me like this. This isn't, and like I said, I appreciate your guys' sacrifice. I would never demean. I understand that getting here is a tough road. I have a father. Yay, had girl. Anyway, I have a father who um was when I was growing up, he always taught me the value of hard work. He always taught me that, hey, this needs to be done, it has to be done that way. Um and this is how we're doing it. I had a father who would tell me stories of him sleeping on the floor in a little one bedroom just to get his law degree, because he had that drive, he had that ambition. He wanted to do law, he wanted to be better for himself. And I grew up understanding what it is to appreciate what you have, and I will never take that for granted. um i would be I would be very, very irresponsible to let companies continue to mistreat people without them understanding that now there's a repercussion for how you mistreat me. Now you can't tell me, hey, I'm gonna fire you if you don't have this in by tomorrow at 6 p.m. when I clocked off at 5. there's a repercussion to how you treat people. And just as much as this is a business, this is people working together. So you have to treat me as though I'm a person. I get tired after 5 o'clock. I go home, I go sleep, I eat, I what. I probably only have like 6 or 7 hours in my own house of being awake and doing stuff, even probably less if I have to wake up really early. Um, so no, I'm not going to expend myself for your deadline. Unfortunately, if it means the company goes down, I guess the company goes down. I can't, like, there's a certain level of responsibility that managers have to take when it comes to delegation and understanding that work has to be distributed in a certain way for any time frame for any project, and whatever the time frame is for you completing it, you have to understand that, hey, I need X, Y, and Z done. How long does this take? Let's see. Do we need to extend the deadline? Do we need more time? Or, like, I think I'm very much so a people before profit type of person. And if your company doesn't understand that workers should be treated with respect and that you don't own them just because you give them a paycheck, I will never subscribe to that. And I would want it to be so that in the future, my kids can go to work and be like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I'm done. And maybe you're done 4 days out of the week. That's a new thing that they're testing out. Why? Because employees have said this is too much. Without
Nande, hold on, hold your thought there, because I have about 5 people who have just joined. But I hear your point loud and clear. You are not going to work outside your scope. T, I'm gonna let you talk first before I take Miss B. T, are you? Yes. Please unmute.
Yes. I was saying that you know what Nande is saying. I think it resonates with everyone, the ones who are hardworking and the ones who are also not so hardworking. Because I'm having a problem right now with my wife. She's a teacher. You know, oh, they work like tirelessly. These guys. Yesterday she came about 9 p.m. here at home. They were working on schedules or something. You know, and I always ask her, do the people who set these targets understand that you guys have families and you also need to share time with us? You also need to take care of your kids. So they have a different work ethic altogether. They are so given into this thing that they are doing called work. So I believe the 80s are those type of people. When they have set out to do something, they go in with all their power, and whatever stands in the way, they just push it aside, you know. So somehow this is affecting us psychologically as a family because we hardly see her. We don't know where she is. Um, and then when we go on trips or anything without her, it becomes a problem on her part because she also wants to be part of this. So I believe we need a balance whereby work can still be done and targets can still be met, and our social life can also be balanced. So it's not only about the new guys coming in. I think it's more to do with the rights that we are now all enjoying. So if we enjoy these rights, let us enjoy them to the fullest. Unfortunately, if you work for government, your rights are somehow diminished, even though they are the ones who say they uphold the constitution. So I believe if we can have this work ethic happening in our society, then we can build a better society.
Thank you, T. And there's something that I typed in the comment section, guys. We are praying for teachers. What they are doing, I shame the jobs of the teachers. It's really really outstanding because our children are frustrating us at home. Can you imagine transferring them to somebody else? It's what's making teachers, you will be forever in our prayers. Miss B, welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Mina, I'm an 80s baby, ne? But I think there's a lot we can learn from the generation Yabo Nande. You know, as she said, we have suffered a lot. You know, we were at that back end of apartheid, and then we are ever so grateful to have a job and be employed because the unemployment rate is high. That is what created this work ethic that we are talking about now, where you go over and above because you don't want to lose this job, or people are acting like they're doing you a favor. A job is a service. If you have a venue, a wedding venue, and you've booked it out for 3 hours, you've booked it out for 3 hours, are you going to give them an extra 2 hours because they're not done? You are not. You're going to charge them for those 2 extra hours. But why don't we see ourselves as service providers in a job? Because that is why they take advantage of us, because we're just ever so grateful. And you can't just say, oh no, step into this role. The younger generations, they don't care about climbing the corporate ladder. They're burnt out. Everyone's burnt out post-COVID. Everyone just wants a bit more work-life balance. Everyone wants to spend time with their family, and even that salary that you're getting is not enough. So from 5 to 8, you need to be doing a side hustle. So if your normal job that is paying you 9 to 5 is demanding extra time from you, how are you supposed to take up something that's going to give you extra income to just survive? Because the salary you got last year compared to this year is doing much less. Your salary this year is doing much less. You need to find other ways to make money. So this, I mean, it's a scam, guys. This corporate work life and all of this stuff that's happening, they've really brainwashed us in a way that we can accept things that are not acceptable.
True.
Yeah.
You know what, Miss B? Well, what I'm gonna add on what you said, ne? The world and the workplace is changing. What used to work for 70s and 80s, it's no longer relevant. Let me bring my face so that you can hear me. Now, what I'm saying, what used to work for us, what used to work for our mothers, it worked in that era. Guys, now at my workplace, even the way the email is being written is to accommodate Abonand. Seriously. When I joined this company 14 years ago, it was, dear Naledi, come to work immediately. Thank you. Nande will not take that email. Am I lying? Nande will not take that email. Now, what I'm trying to say right now, 80s, 70s, 90s, we need to change the way we used to think about the workplace. We are not saying what Nande is saying entirely is correct, but we need to adjust ourselves so that we can understand this thing where they are saying. You see, the first thing she says, Nande, is, am I getting paid for it? Why are you waking up, putting soap on that beautiful body, Yaga Otelo, putting on a water shower, and then you are not getting paid for it? She's right to say we have suffered a lot, that we are not even noticing how much is soap. Mafusi, greetings. Welcome, Lala.
Greetings, Asnaledi. Am I audible?
Loud and clear, my love.
Thank you. Greetings, everybody in the comment section and then the guests at large. Ausna lady, I came in here when you started the live and I listened to Nande. I really, really want to agree with Unande. 70% of what Nande said, I want to agree with him. And one thing that I am going to tell you, I'll make an example with me personally. Kazimulo, stop it. I'll make an example with one thing that I did that is similar to Nande. When I started working at the hotel, I was told, Hori, I only specialize on breakfast. And when I was told in my contract, Hori, you are specializing in breakfast, after breakfast, you can knock off and go. You are done with your job. So first day to work, everything went well. Second day to work, everything went well. A week, a month, and then 2 months in the job, the manager or the supervisor will say, no, Mafusi, you're not supposed to go anywhere any longer, anymore, I mean. You are supposed to help those who are doing lunch. And then I am asking, Hore, am I going to get paid for helping the ones who are doing lunch, because I am only getting paid for breakfast? And they said no. And I said, no, Linda. Do you get the point? Not that
Yes.
I do not I am disrespectful or working. It's too much. We work at home. I am dealing with the COVID baby now. He's messing up everything in the house. I am dealing with people in the hotel, in the restaurant, and we also do deliveries. Ausna lady, don't get me wrong. But in the contract I signed, Hori, I deal with breakfast. And I'll make an example because I was working at the hugest hotel in Durban, South Coast. When you are working there, huyaphithizela, and you end up being called go floor mang to assist body breakfast in bed. You know those people who like calling in, no, we're not gonna come downstairs, can you? And now I'm only staged for the kitchen, not to go around. So when I tell the manager, I'm not going to do that, then they say they're gonna fire me. And I'm like, okay, if you fire me, let's go back to the contract so that we can see why am I here. Le manager, supervisor, I mean a supervisor can't fire an employee, only a manager or a director of a restaurant. I cannot take orders from a supervisor that are not in my contract. I only take orders from a manager and a director of the hotel that I am employed in. So recently, my niece resigned in another franchise of food because she said no, they are toxic in that work. They don't even know how to greet me, and so I just resigned. And then we asked her, then why did you resign? Usa bafa notice? No, cancer immediately effect, with immediate effect, and they're gonna take it. Ausna lady, she resigned, I think, last year. This year, she was called to go and claim for UIF. And she's like, no, I don't want it. Let them transfer it until I get another job. That money that UIF will keep on transferring to another account, and what. And I ask her, but how na sustainability? You worked here, you have a reference, or in RNO. If I can unlock my luck without any reference in my CV. That is why
Hey.
every month I update my CV. That is why every 2 months I update my references, because if you call my reference now, they're not picking up phones. So why will I rely on those people to recommend me on something, or what? And sometimes it's so sad, I was not lady, to see a young girl resigning on a very good paying job. And Rona, now I'm a late 90 baby, and I won't say I qualify to have the mind, it's about 70 or 80, but I have the brave ya Nande yama 2000, because mina, you can't make me do something that I didn't sign up for. You won't make me to climb the stairs if I applied to be in the office. So I know my rights in the workplace, I know my rights at home. So What I am going to say now, ke hore, the only thing that we need to do, in as much as we are going to adjust to accommodate AMA 2000, the world is changing. We are living in a technology. Our grandmothers don't even know how to switch on Wi-Fi. People are robbing them every day just to switch on a button. Wi-Fi they give them a lot of money and say, "Ye ngwana o nthusitse ka connector DSTV, o nthusitse ka connector what and what." Because of the lack of knowledge, ha re batle ho mamela. Ma 2000, some of ama 2000, when we can take what they are doing and then I don't know how I can say it, but re kenye di flower so that it can reach our ears so nicely, and re ba accommodate in a way that even if tomorrow they fail, we are able to pick them up because they're still kids and growing under our wings. Thank you.
Correct. Mafusi, loud and clear. Let me welcome Kogetso, then Otello, and then Logan. Guys, what Mafusi is trying to say, which is what I always stamp on. These children are going somewhere, but we need to guide them. Nande knows where she is going, but she needs to be guided. Now, this is what we need to do with AMA 2000. They know that they are not going to work for 10p an hour. Stand by your child and support her. Don't say, nah, ka 1915, you don't know. No, let us support them. Koketso Molefe, welcome back.
I come back with a, when you sit down and you reflect and you start asking yourself questions based on what you hear. I want to ask my 80s kaofela, my 70s barreling Denver, who taught us the work ethic that we have. And majority of us will agree that, especially in South African context, the work ethic that we have, I don't want to bring politics into part, but it's the work ethics that we inherited from our parents that were being oppressed. And we try to modernize it by the fact that we have to get qualifications. And even if we had qualifications, we still work like people, you work like you didn't study for the work that you did, simply because we justified success by only achieving the financial aspect of life, and we tried to make a living, and then we forgot to live. I don't know if you understood that. We try to make a living and we forget to leave. I mean, how many of us leave our homes early hours without even seeing that our kids are fine for school, and then we come back home late hours because of traffic or because of where we're working? How many of us fail to attend our kids' activities at school because we've gave our lives and everything to our employment? It's all about being employed. I mean, I know for one, I travel. I used to travel. You are where you are, lady, now because you wanted to work, you wanted some sort of earning. Now, AMA 2000 understand that life is not all about working, and they are so liberated beyond what we used to think. I mean, we used to think that life is about going to school, getting married, and then from there, then that's what life is. But 2000 knows that you are able to make money sitting at home. You are able to make money from your talent. You are able to make money. So they appreciate life holistically than how we used to appreciate life. I mean, when we look now, personally, the relationship, somebody spoke about this. It's a hand and a glove. I go to work because I'm offering service at work, and work has to pay me. And now, I mean, now on the news, there's 11 miners that passed on, actually 12 miners that passed on mining. Their positions are going to be filled, and they're going to be filled when? They're going to be filled soon. This week, the positions are going to be filled. People are going to take those positions. But Rona, you cannot even, I used to say to my mom would bring scripts home and mark. You're able to bring scripts at home to come and mark, and you're going to take our time, but you cannot take the laundry to work. It's a laundry. So we need to understand, and we need to start going a balance between our lives and our employment. I mean, I've been sitting here. I'm like, for the past previous years that I've been working, I've been dedicated myself to work. Whether they call me at any point, we don't even know when to say no, or we don't even know when to ask. That is why the Department of Labor is trying to come up with this measures of trying to make a relationship between us and the employer. Now, we need to know, and we need to become more vocal about what is due to us and what is due to the employer. With a good and a rational relationship between the two of us, then I think things will be fine. Thanks, Ausnaledi.
Yo, Kokezo, that was a mouthful. And if there is one point that I want to add on what Koki said, why did the mother bring homework home, but mother could not take laundry to school? This is where we have to think about it, Hore. As 70s, 80s, we ended up oppressing ourselves without even realizing it. Because you thought I was doing extra. Wabona what Nande is doing, telling Fervoot to go and push it up where the sun doesn't. Oh, Otello, greetings.
Good morning, everyone. I I've been sitting here listening to this conversation. I don't want to go too deep because I'm not South African and I understand that things are a bit different, right? And in many ways around the world we have similar problems, but I want to tread cautiously. There's something that you said, Ms. Naledi, that made so much sense to me. To Queen Nande, I listened to you when I came in initially. Remember, I came in, I said, "You're fired," because because and this is what I like what Miss Naledi said. I like most of the things that you're saying, but it is in the delivery in front of a superior. There is still, I believe, a way in how to address things. One of the guests, I like the one that the guest that explained about her food area in the hotel that she was working at, and how she addressed the issue of being now given more work that she was not really supposed to be responsible for. There is a way, and so what I'll do for the purpose of this conversation, because I don't want to put my foot in a place that I don't really understand. I'm having a hard time comprehending some of the things that are being said because I'm very much one of those. I'm 70s, and I believe that when you're at work, you do the job that you are prescribed to do. I don't believe in being abused either. Never have I. Thank God I've never been in that situation. I hear what you guys are saying, and I think it is a global problem. Our parents did accept more bullcrap because in order for them to be able to take care of their families, a lot of them had to take bullcrap. And the idea is that as the generations are going, that we do better. So for a Queen Nanda, it does me good to hear most of the things that you're saying, but for me, it is more so delivery. We still have to have decorum and be professional, make sure that we write. You know what I'm saying? There is still a way to be able to do it in a way that is professional. I like professionalism. Thank you guys so much.
Nande, before I let Logan in, I will let Nande to come in, and then Logan, and then Muruti Sheila. Go on, Nande.
Um, First point, when it comes to professionalism, I will treat you with the respect that you treat me. You lose your professionalism, I lose mine. It's just that simple. She lost her professionalism, I lost mine. At no point have I ever been, I'll tell you as my manager that I'm not doing something. That I will never shy away from. But at no point had I ever been, and even after the incident, I was never disrespectful. I just chose not to say anything. So I think in that regard, as well, I understand that the translation of AMA 2000 doesn't really work sometimes. And I think a lot of the time people read our demands as no longer having work ethic, no longer wanting to be in the workplace. I'm a very ambitious babe. I'm a very ambitious hun. I have I have always taken pride in the completion of my work to the best of my ability. Um, and even if it's not, I'll accept what it is at that point in time. I have worked since I was 17. And even before then, I used to do little babysitting jobs, little cleaning jobs, just because I didn't, I wanted to buy my things with my own money. Don't get me wrong, I still spend my dad's money though. But at the same time, I wanted him to understand that I appreciate what you do. And I think a lot of the times, just because of the way we deliver things, people think we don't care. And I understand where we get lost in translation. But I also am a believer in sometimes being palatable in certain situations doesn't work. Palatability is the same thing that'll keep you behind bars sometimes, and sometimes you need to scream it from the rooftop. You just have to choose the moment in that situation and do with that what you will. And also, I will say this on the note of the way that our parents suffered and, kept the lights on and did all that for us. I think it's very important that we understand that at no point did we look at what you were doing and think, yes, I want that for me. In fact, you were the initial warning signs of, oh, I can't do that. Absolutely not. You are the catalyst as to how we treat our employers because we saw how they treated you. Yeah.
One thing that I would want to suggest for any young person that is listening to this conversation, again, when it comes to your parents, it's not what you say, it's how. Because many of our parents had to take the bull, excuse my language, but the bullshit to put food on the table. So it comes across very disrespectful to a parent that had to take the bullshit so that we can give you an education, so that we could put food on the table, so there could be a roof over your head. So even dealing with your parents is not what we say, it's and you have to do everything that you can to make it palatable for the parent that has taken the sacrifice and the bowl to make sure that you could be educated. The idea, I believe, for many parents was to be able to create the Queen Nande. The only thing that we need to make sure is that Queen Nande doesn't become so lofty that even with her parent, when I say you, I'm not I don't
No,
mean
I
you
get
per
you. I
se.
get you.
I'm talking about the generation, the generational gap. That you don't become so far removed that you're too good that you're insulting your parents. And also, while I'm here, for the parents, because we're stuck. Also for the parents, be open and willing to learn and understand that a lot of the sacrifices that our parents made were so that we could have a bigger voice and not take the bull crap from the manager or the boss. Thank you.
Um, what I'd like to say to that is I say to quite a lot of people that my life, in and of its essence, me being alive, is a form of protest.
Nande, let me come in before it becomes a debate. Because it's gonna look like it's Otello saying this, Nande saying this. Let
No, no,
me,
no, no.
no, listen. I know where you are going with your point. You want to explain that you do cherish what your parents did for you. I understand that 100%, but I don't want to make it a back and forth. Let's welcome Logan so that she can neutralize the situation and we go on. Hey, Logan, greetings.
Greetings, everybody. I'm hoping that I'm going to neutralize the situation and not make it worse. um, I'm actually a 90s baby. Um, I think we the 90s babies we don't deal with things with the same way that the 2000s do, which is okay and not okay in somehow, because
Mm-hmm.
I still feel either we're looking at where we're coming from, the struggle and everything, things still have to be done with respect. A workplace is a workplace, there to make a living. And you need to understand that there's certain things have to be dealt in a different manner. And also taking an example from the previous lady that spoke about the is like the hospitality. Every situation is different because of who you are, where you come from, the type of environment that you're working with, the type of manager that you have, and the type of people that you're dealing with every day. I work in an environment that is male dominated. I promise you, it's swearing every day. I promise you, we can have an argument right now and then we go back. We can be all disrespectful and go back to our lives and everything is perfect, smoothly sailed. But you kind of like get to a point where if it's a new person coming in, they get shocked with the type of environment that we have, and then they'd be like, okay, how are you guys doing this? And then they get to understand how everybody works, and then everything is waha. But my problem with how the younger generation is doing things, and I'm not saying that I'm older, but the 2000s, my problem is one, as much as they're feisty and as much as it shouldn't look like they don't care about everything that's about how they deliver messages, how they don't have the work ethic, it's most of the time it comes off as they have everything figured out, they're too educated, too pompous. It's all of these things. I can get a job somewhere else, which is not as easy because right now, if I leave my job and go and get another job right now, my salary is going to be cut down because there's another me at a taxi rank that a company know they can take and trade. And instead of we having to sit and say, I'm trying to find the best way to deliver this. We having to say, okay, our parents struggled. They were doing this to put food on the table. We need to find a different way to get ourselves in line with the culture and make sure that our kids and those to come, they know how to do things without being feisty, without fighting. It's not everything that you need to do it with a we from struggling now I'm going to fight for everything. No, let's read your contract, read what it stipulates. You know what could get you to a second, a second, what's this, an increase or just a higher position. You know what it takes in that environment that you're working in. You can't say you want to come in and do your 8 to 5 or 8 to 2 o'clock, and then that's enough. And you know it's a competitive environment. You know everybody is doing that and that. I'm not saying slave away. You can still find time to do all those things. You can still find time to give a little bit of you without not losing a little bit of you, and then to try to get to a certain level. A degree this at this time, you knowing your job, it's not getting people as far as they think it should. Everybody has degrees right now. Everybody has the same qualification that you have. Everybody can knows technology. You can't say that you doing 9 to 5 it's going to get you to a certain level, unless if now there's other things involved that you can do. I just think we just need to find a way. We just need to find a way to do both without losing ourselves, and with respect, knowing the quorum of where we are in that environment without having to lose me in my environment. If I'm married, if I have kids, if I have a life, let me go and try to do something or be in a field that allows me to have a family, to have to spend time with my kids, to have to spend time with my husband. If my husband has a good job, I can be at home and be a wife. If me as a wife, I have a good job that can sustain the whole family, then let my husband be at home to take care of our kids. Even the environment that we're living in, the economy wise, it doesn't cater to like one parent or one person working and the other one staying at home, unless now if you're going into business, you're going to be working and having a business on the side, then we can all do that. But it all differs. I think it differs with environment, people, how you were brought up, the environment that you're working in, the culture of the company, the people that you interact with every day, the managers especially that you actually reporting to. That's just my opinion.
Can I?
Logan, thank you very much. Straight to the point. Nande, please come in after Muruti Sheila. Greetings, Muruti.
Greetings, Dumilang guys. Okay, I'm not coming in as Muruti today, ne. Na-
What a
I'm
wow.
actually. I know. I get a bua ka mesebetsi hleng, guys. So today I kena as a film director, not necessarily as as Muruti, but Amen. It was sharp when I read you. So, Naledi, you asked a very important question earlier on, and I was waiting to hear the answer to that. That when you work for a specific company, do you believe in the vision of that company? And I think as the king, my 80s or 70s and all of that, I think it's also a matter ya gore, because most of ba re ke mesebetsi e ne re kena mo yona, these we were new in these industries, and we wanted to to take space, and we wanted to grow so that we can have make opportunities for other people. Like for instance, with me at the time when I began in my industry, there was no black female commercials director in this country. I'm literally the first one. So for me, when it comes to that, thanks, Nana. For me, so for me, when it comes to that, and I'm seeing, the youngsters coming in, and and so for me, I'm saying, okay, I needed to do something that is not going to, make the ones that are following me to have trouble in terms of how I behave or how people are treating me in the industry. So I think I was as feisty as the 2000s at the time, but as you begin to grow and then you start believing in the whole entire, barking idea of that company and everything like that, and once you start having children, you have now responsibilities and things like that. Now you start to like kind of listen up, yeah, on the feistiness and wanting to but at the same time, with our industry, like I was trying to say, with our industry, what Unande was saying is actually right in terms of, if I come in and work extra hours, you're going to have to pay me. That's our industry. If I am 1 minute late in a shoot, I have to pay everybody for that 1 minute. But then I'm also expecting every single person that is on that shoot, you can't be chilling around and saying, you know what, Mina, I'm tired right now, so I'll finish off the work later or whatever. You better do your work and work your ass off until you are done, so that by the time everybody now has to go home, then it's done. And with our industry, everything is like literally like it's planned to the T. So no one gets to, to just lounge around or do whatever. So with that said, I'm understanding exactly what Unande is saying. But also the question is, how does one believe in the company, that they work in, where when you put a little bit of an extra, time in that work, knowing if they win, you get to win as well. There's that too. And then I forgot my second point. Oh no, it's fine. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I wanted to just add. I'm not really saying much, but like I am trying to. Amen. Now I'm a pastor.
Muruti
Amen.
Sheila, that
Yes.
was loud and clear. As much as you are saying you're not coming in as a minister, but the amens and the amens just gave it away. Just gave it away.
I can't
Uh,
help it. Yeah.
Imagine she comes in, she says, "Today I'm not carrying the Holy Spirit." Nande, you can come in, my love. You can come in.
Um, right. Again, I the 80s, 70s, 90s, late Sabu, because some of y'all had teenage pregnancies, but not too much on that. Um, I need you guys to understand that your work-life balance is about 80% of the reason that your kids resent you. It's about 80% of the reason why your kids didn't bond with you in adulthood. They don't really like you because you were never there. All for a paycheck. And don't get me wrong, like I
Oh, I
said,
get you, Nande. Nande, I thought you were a little bit off ramping, but I get you now. Now, what you are saying, a lot of parents, we were so much into our jobs that we ignored our kids. Okay,
yes,
go on.
and on top of that, um, when you were working, like, see, again, I go back to my dad because my dad is probably like one of my biggest inspirations in life. Don't get me wrong, my mom is up there too. But I use the example of my dad so much because we're going into the same field. My dad is a lawyer. I am doing law, politics, and philosophy and ethics. That one is kind of a side business. But anyway, um, my dad used to be like there. When he was done work, I saw my dad. If I needed to be taken somewhere or I needed to be picked up, he was there. Now, about maybe like a year ago, we had a conversation about like work and stuff. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to bring work home all the time." I said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've never seen you do work at home." He's like, "Yeah, because I waited until you went to bed. I spent some time with my wife. I took a little nap, and then I woke up in the middle of the night." I was like, "Damn, you were doing that my whole childhood?" And he still does it to this day. And I was like, I had no idea. I had no
Now,
idea.
Nande, let me give you a clap. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm giving you a clap. I'm gonna tell you why. Remember, guys, we are here as a learning curve. This is a learning curve. Now, let me tell you something that Nande has triggered now. That she doesn't understand she has triggered. Men were made to provide. Men. Othello is made to provide. That is his role as a man. Remember Uguti Nande, Tina, this thing of a woman working is new. Except our mothers and our grandmothers who were housekeepers, housemaids. I wouldn't call that a job. But anyway, listen to what I'm saying Uguti Nande has triggered now. A man, it is his role to work and provide for this family. That's why Nande's father was able to hide it, was able to filter it, that Nande does not feel that he is working. Men are made to provide, and that responsibility will come naturally. Continue, my love.
Um, so I had no idea that my dad used to bring work home. I am in a position where I'm like, really? Because that's my bestie. That's my twin. You know, and like we used to spend so much time together. I used to just sit on the couch, watch TV with my dad, and like just do like, and I know that doesn't seem like a small thing because I mean, that seems like a small thing because it's like the TV was going to be there regardless.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't that deep. But I think what a lot of parents miss is that your work life balance has created an issue within your relationship to your children.
Mhm.
Um, my mom, also a very hard worker, very hard lady to get on the phone. I honestly, if someone said, gun to your head, your mom has to pick up your phone call right now, otherwise it's chai for you. That lady ain't picking up that phone. She not picking up, and I already know it. I already know it. And again, I understand. And my mom was always there. Dinner time was on time. We would, I think she made a very good job of, you know, work life not stressing her. I think the only difference now is her location and the fact that she ain't got no small children. Oh, jeez.
Wait, Nande,
Sorry.
close.
Anyway, um, she doesn't have any small children anymore. Nobody needs her at home, so that now we're starting to see like the whole lack of a work-life balance because all she has now is kind of work. And I don't get me wrong, like my mom lives her best life, but unfortunately, because they are hardworking people and they are people who always have a deadline at this end of the financial year, I have to do all of this. um if it wasn't for the fact that they actively made it a point to be like, okay, during these certain hours, after Uzen comes home from school, somebody's picking her up. I didn't have to get picked up. I could have got transport. I didn't have to be, at home at a certain time with my dinner. I could have easily had Anto Sebenzayo pick me up, drop me off. Da da da. We had somebody who worked in the house full time, but my parents actively made it a point, and my dad pointed it out to me that I actively made a point. And I think a lot of parents miss that thing, which brings me to my point of I don't want that for my kids. I don't want to have to maneuver in order to spend time with my kids. I don't want to have to shake and shift and shimmy and wake up at 2 a.m. and then go back to sleep for another 2 hours just to go back to. Was it ever that serious?
Okay,
Uh,
Nande, let me let Logan wrap up, and then me and you we will close. Logan, come in.
I think I understand what he's talking about. To a certain extent. Uh hey, I think I'm gonna be a bit hush, and yeah, I'm not gonna deliver it the
This
way
is
that
the
I think.
place to be harsh, Logan. Go for it.
Okay, to the fact that you're looking at your parents' situation. It's great that I don't want that. I don't want that for myself. Um, and hopefully you're doing something in the career that you're choosing doesn't get you to do all of that. Most of the stuff that, and I'm talking from a woman's side, and I'm talking from being employed and having to like do other things on the side to make sure that I'm able to give kids or my kids the certain life that I want. Those things are they're not by choice. And those situations where a mother is not there because she has to work, and maybe your father, great that your father was there to like to fill up the gap, and you actually associate more with him than your mother, and now your mom is left to like still have to do everything that she's doing, but her career is more important than everything else now that she doesn't have anybody young to like to focus more on. Those are situations, those are things that happen over time, and over time with those generational things that we go through as human beings, and we kind of get lost, and not knowing that, okay, fine, right now this one is suffering, and I hope I don't get my kids, and but I know that my kids are going to go through the same issue that you went through right now. That's the honest truth. I know my kids are going to go through the same thing that you went through, because already I'm even working right now. They're playing outside, and weekend I'm going to be doing other things because I have a side hustle that I do, and I'm not going to be with them. I'll see them later. We go out for dinner, and then later on we come back, and then we do other stuff, and then life goes on. Monday they're off to school. I'm off to work. Later on, come back. We do homeworks. That's the life. But mostly we don't choose to be in those type of situations. Life gives us that, and then we try to maneuver in them. Unfortunately, your mom didn't have. I don't know if she had conversations with you about why things are the way that they are. And I've learned something today. I'm going to actually get to sit down with my kids at some point, and I'm going to make sure every day they understand why am I doing things the way that I'm doing them. What should they aspire to when they look at me? This is why mommy is doing certain things. It's not because hoo ha ha she has a job, but this is more important than me and or than us and always going to be at the back end because for me it comes off like that. You were like the last thought to your mom, and your dad was everything, and I don't want to be that type of mom. And thank
Now,
you for
Logan, can I correct you before you log off? Can I correct you on something?
this time.
Now, when it comes to parenting, and I'm happy that you are open to correction. Let me tell you something I've learned about parenting. Remember, the way I am bringing up Nande is not the same way that you are bringing up your kids,
Yes.
right? Maybe in my house, I value education. Maybe in your house, you value the manners, or say thank you, good morning. Now, we are bringing our children differently.
Yes.
That's why if Nande says good morning to you and not good morning to me, it should not offend me. Now, here is the correction I want you to make right now, because ke a utlwa hore o ya kae. You are saying now I'm going to sit my children down and da 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 da. That is wrong. That plan you are about to take, it's wrong. Let me tell you why. It's
Okay.
because in your head, Logan, you are planning to be a perfect parent. In your head right now, you are saying, I want to fix A, I want to fix B, I want to fix D, I want, you are aiming to be a perfect parent, and that does not exist.
Yeah, true.
Ke tla o fa example. Right now, Nelson Mandela, can tell you, Hori, I didn't get A, B, C, D from my parents. The whole president. Right now, Ramaphosa will tell you, I didn't get my mother's love. I didn't get my father's attention. It's okay. It's okay. What you can give right now, give. And what you cannot give, you cannot. Do you know, Logan, how many of my friends said to me, Naledi, your child is going to grow without you. I said, he underline grow. Underline grow. What did you say? Your child is going to grow without you. Today, my son is 17, and I've been 14 years away from South Africa. And here is the underlying word grow. So be what God has made you to be. God makes me travel 7 countries in one day. Ping, done. And here is the underlying word grow. He is growing. Anyway, I hope you got it, Logan. I hope
I
you got
got
it.
I got it. Thank you, thank you.
Nande, sometimes I speak in parables. Nande, let's close. I just needed to give her that advice. Now that she's about, I want to sit Mang Mang down. No, don't sit them. Here is something you don't understand about kids. Children, they understand and they adapt to situations. Let's close, Nande.
What I want to say is, um, don't get me confused with what I'm saying. Um, my mom was always there, just like my dad. If I needed to go somewhere for practice, da da da, she was always there. My point is, they had to actually find a way, like, which I I don't agree with. I feel like after 5 o'clock, it's done. And my mom is a person who, I think she has like 5 degrees now. Yeah, I think she has like 5 degrees. She worked those degrees while raising those kids, while going to that job. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for my mom. I can only hope to be half of the woman that she is in that regard when it comes to ambition. Actually, when it comes to everything, she's the bomb. I love her. But I think again, it goes back to, I shouldn't have to have a side hustle if I have a main job in order to afford a comfortable life. I shouldn't have to have other means of income. If I want to have other means of income, it should be out of interest, out of,
Yeah.
you
Like a
know,
hobby.
yeah,
Yes.
it shouldn't be a, ish, my paycheck covers XYZ. But if I want to have extras and enjoyments in life, I need to get another side hustle. Like, no, your job should cover your living plus you're living outside of work. Like, I should be able to take my kids on holiday with my
Yeah.
paycheck. I should be able, even if it's once a year, even if it's twice a year, without blinking twice. I shouldn't have to think about Christmas 5 months in advance. I shouldn't have to do like, it's more so about the fact that we don't get paid enough. We we work for too long, and then you're exhausted. This is about, more than anything, I need people to understand that this is about mental health. You end up being nothing but a robot, because all you do is work. All you do is up and down for some random man that you don't even know. Because I know a man owns your company. Tell the truth. But anyway, for some random man that you don't even know, that makes your
Nande.
salary in a matter of seconds.
Nande. Don't touch that one.
No, no. Who makes your salary in a matter of seconds, might I add? And I don't think working culture will ever change until we bring it to its knees. Until we bring it to its knees and say we're not doing this. And I get it. 80s, 90s, 70s, I don't know, 60s if y'all still working.
No, don't work. Don't touch the 60s.
But um I get it. You guys are scared. And that's fair. That's fair. And the number one thing that I got from a lot of the discussion today is fear. Um but
And which is something that my 2000 don't have.
yeah,
Mm.
we got the cojones, baby. We got it. Like, guys, I don't think you could pay me enough to care. Like, and that's another thing, actually, on that point, when it comes to caring about the company and the work that you do. Um, I will always put my best foot forward for Mana Lady. Always. And her company. But asking me to put my best foot forward for Jeff Bezos is crazy. That is wild. What are you saying right now? What are you saying to me right now? A man who could literally buy up my entire apartment block just for funsies and turn it into a, I don't know, whatever. A man who's exploring space just for funsies? You want me to put my best foot forward for that man while there are kids starving? There are people dying from war, a lack of resource, a lack, like, I can respect a giant corporation if your ethics reflects what your community needs, right? If your corporation is around, I don't know, building water and yada yada yada, working with governments to, okay, even then that one's a bit shaky, to be honest. But we'll not get into the politics of that. But you know, I could get behind that. I could get behind an organization that sole purpose is to do better for their community. But one day deliveries, you want me to get behind one day deliveries? You want me to believe in your vision of consumption? You want me to believe in your vision of destroying the earth with the resources that you pillage and plunder? Absolutely not. Give me my paycheck and let me get out of here.
Thank you, Nande. Beautiful, beautiful session indeed. That was Nande, guys. That is my firstborn, yeah. Ne? But parents, remember what I said. These monsters, we have created them. Like it or not. Wabona bufies banande. That is me. I couldn't wait for the day I can say, Van der Merwe, take the sun and shove it. Do, 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 do. I couldn't. But these children are doing it. Is it right? No, it's not. It's not. But let me tell you where it is right. It's when we are finding a common ground. We need to find a common ground. We need to find a common ground. How can we work together? We need to find a common ground. That's it. My 80s with your stubbornness, you are not going anywhere. Listen to my 2000. My 2000 are asking, where have you been? You've been bringing a homework to mark at home. You don't give your children, you don't give Nkazi the love that he deserves. Because you are busy doing the lunch menu and the dinner menu when you were only recruited for the breakfast menu. Let us think about that, guys.